Hello, and welcome to a Saturday edition of Robert versus the New York Times Crossword. Today we're going to do the Saturday, July 1st, 2023 crosswords. Go for that 1,219-day streak. Happy first day of July. Anyway, here's your spoiler alert for the Saturday mini. If you'd like to play along, pause the video here, click on the link in the description below. The mini is always free to play. On Saturdays, it's extra large at 7x7. Alright, let's do it. Ethos, Esquire, Thursday, not sure. Orion's Belt, Stare. Those are sets. Sequoia. Oh, Korea. This is the Tribune. Strips of bacon. Hookups, I see. Earth and Hens. The ethos of a place. Where it becomes shorter when you add ER to short. Nice fact about Sequoia. I think I knew that. Esquire, nice Q there. We got hookups. What is the only planet in our solar system not named for a deity? So we've got some trivia here. Crossing trivia. Nice. Anyway, now for the main event. That's the Saturday Daily Grid, which is by Ben Tolkin today. Here's your spoiler alert. If you'd like to play along, pause the video here. Click on the link in the description below. The Daily Grid does require a New York Times game subscription. Saturday is the hard themeless. For me, the hardest day of the week. And the grid geometry here looks like it's going to be pretty hard. So let's see what Ben Tolkin has in store for us. Let's get into it. Well, that much was clear. They're offered 7 times a year. Interesting. Classic Beat Generation Roman a Clef. It's a kind of novel. On the Road. Rocks. Maybe it's ice. Popular pet originally from Mongolia. So I something. A for 1. Saw and punch. Maybe it's like verbs. Beowulf, or is there epics? Cheat. Okay. Outer ear question mark. Could be something like husk. For a corn, ear of corn, GPS guess, ETA. Celebrate as a New Year, ring in. Total. And one holding all the cards. Maybe it's dealer. City planner at times. His blank little mouth was drawn up like a bow. Dispenses without. What is this? P for short. P-Ode? Forest giant. Redwood? Okay. You there. Maybe it's just hey. This is through. This is Thor. God who's destined to slay the serpent. Jormungandr. First word in a 13 across. Sequence of steps. Present day request, question mark. Letter to Santa. It's Dear Santa. That's a dance routine. Total. Entire. So I gathered. This is a gerbil. An article here. Those are tools, and it was husk. Bilk, nice. Don't match. Clash. SATs, interesting. This is Lloyd's of London. Cheer. This is Ursula from The Little Mermaid. Dispense without doles out. His droll little mouth. Drain is to tire. A totem, maybe? Zoner. Sassy letter-shaped gesture accompanying a retort. Don't know it. This is east, though. Z sign? Anxiety. Mulligan is a redo. This is versed. It's not the versed. The Oort cloud, like some not safe for work content. Ray on one's TV. And certain creature comfort question mark. Shift for 1. Okay. To betray nervousness. Holes in the wall question mark. Anxiety, right. George in aviation slang. I have no idea. Blank end. Bag end. Certain surprise party question mark. Department store that once sold mail order houses. I think it's Sears. So, ergo. This is stammer. Unease. Z-snap. Oh, I see. It's like this. Or whatever. Oh, this is probably up top. Subway stop is a station, but I don't know if it's an A or an N. Word with boot or spaghetti. Mark's replacement, the euro. Ambush, I see. Flinches but only a little. Skip me, I pass. What 1 star may represent? Not sure. Oh, maybe it's easy. Study of riddles. Oh, what is it? Some kind of ology. This is a page. Absence excuser. Autopilot, interesting. Strap, spaghetti strap or bootstrap. Hunt, prey on. Bat signal. Sonar? Fatigues familiarly. Anything goes right or porter. Pepper for 1. Sergeant. Some kind of note. This is ELO. Bats an eyelash. Interesting. Doctor's note. Okay. This is camo. Enigmatology. Erotic. New leaf potato, e.g. in brief. This is dog veg out to Momo. Romano. Ray Romano. Whole porter. There we go. Actually ended up being quite easy today. Maybe like easier than yesterday, right? Yesterday took over 5 minutes. But we've got an interesting pattern here. We've got what I always call B2 bombers in the corner. And we've got this sort of stair step. So I gathered, dance routine, letter to Santa. Bats an eyelash. Sounds a bit weird to me. Maybe you bat your eyelashes, or you didn't even bat an eyelash, but bat a singular eyelash feels a bit weird. Enigmatology and doctor's note. Maybe I should look up how legitimate bats an eyelash is. Okay, to react in a slight way. I feel like I more often hear like, maybe you barely even batted an eyelash or something. Oh, nobody bats an eyelash. I guess in the non-negated way, it sounds a little weird, but nothing else super duper long, I'll tell you. But a low word count, I think. I think it was pretty fun, frankly. Yesterday I had like a lot of vague clues, which adds sort of challenge, I think. This one had a lot of wordplay and stuff, but not a lot of vagueness. To bilk somebody. Gil Scott Heron. See like a Harlem Renaissance figure? Or am I wrong about the timing? I think way too late on the timing for the Harlem Renaissance. But he's appeared in the crossword. He draws on the traditions of blues, jazz, and Harlem Renaissance. So at least the word appears here, but there's oh yeah, you know what? Like not that long ago, there was a grid with a marquee answer, Whitey on the moon. I think that's the most recent time that I kind of Googled Gil Scott Heron on this channel. We've got some literary stuff. Line from basically 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Z-Snap I thought was interesting also, but I guess we'll see it in a second. Shift for 1. Dress. I don't get it. Shift. Dress. Shift dress. It's just a name for a kind of dress. Okay. Had no idea, but always glad to know. I thought this would be, like a keyboard key or something. Bag End is where Bilbo Baggins and Frodo Baggins live. The Oort cloud is a big cloud of dust just outside the solar system, I think. This is just a German mark. Yeah, nothing too trickily done, I think. On the road. I guess I should look up Roma Clef. I think that's been in the crossword. A novel in which real people or events appear with invented names. Novel with a key. I see. So the key here is who represents what. Didn't realize that gerbils were originally from Mongolia. Lloyd's of London, quite famous, of course. PO'd, interesting. I guess with an apostrophe. I don't know, I might have just included as pod. Right, Z-Snap, I had never heard of, although once I saw it. 3 times in the air in the shape of a Z. Should I look at this GIF? There you go. I think I snapped way too many times. But this second GIF seems to really capture it, I think. Autopilot. Now, why is Autopilot called George? There must be a good reason, right? Why is the Autopilot called George? 2 prevailing theories. Interesting. Many believe that it began in the World War II era when Royal Air Force pilots referred to their airplanes as George after King George VI, who technically owned the airplane. Others believe the nickname was in reference to Georges de Bisson, who patented the first practical autopilot in the 1930s. Interesting. I kind of thought it would be more accessible than that, but because, aviation is steeped in tradition. Never know if this is STA or STN, I gotta say. Shout out to Momo, who has many, many dog beds. Yeah, fatigues like in the military. I was gonna say BDUs, but I feel like even fatigues is kind of familiar, right? And this is named after Arpad Elo. I actually knew that. So I hope you're impressed that I knew that. Quick. Oh, it's a debut. Shout out to you, Ben Tolkin. Congratulations. Hope to see more in the future. It was quite fun, I think. And a tick easier than yesterday, I would say. Yesterday's vagueness. So I'm on a weird week where it's Thursday is slower than Friday, is slower than Saturday. But who cares about such things anyway, right? Anyway, let's move on to the PlusWord, shall we? Here's your spoiler alert for the PlusWord. If you'd like to play along, pause the video here, click on the link in the description below. PlusWord's free to play, offered by the Telegraph. Let's do it. Shoreline, maybe coast, salted, healed is cured, postponed, on ice. Supermarket passageway is an aisle. Water vapor is steam, and this is tense. So we have an A, an L, and an O. A lot? No, can't be a lot, because the L doesn't go here. Maybe it ends in LT. A loft? A loft looks good. Let's just try to see for some Britishness here. Other than the style of these clues. With the semicolon, 2 separate clues, and the straight anagram. Very common in British crosswords. Basically non-existent in American-style crossword. I guess just the singular British spelling of vapor here gives it away as a British crossword. Nice. Anyway, last thing we do before we go is take a look at the mini leaderboard for tomorrow, where we've got stickers in 32 seconds. Shout out to you, stickers. And on the old secret leaderboard, we've got Cape God, M-Heath17, and the Duke Priest. Shout out to all of y'all. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll see you tomorrow, probably quite late again, for some Sunday puzzles.